Lake Tahoe, Nevada. Anthony Corleone's first communion celebration fills the compound with music and the smell of Italian food. Hundreds of guests, politicians, judges, business partners. Everyone celebrates Michael Corleone's son entering the church, but in Michael's office, the door closes. Business never stops, not even for God. Senator Pat Geary sits across from Michael. Nevada senator, controls gaming licenses, 62 years old, expensive suit, gold watch, the face of American respectability. Michael needs licenses for 4 hotel casinos. The price should be $20,000, standard fee, simple transaction. Geary leans back, smiles, names his real price, $250,000, plus 5% monthly gross from all 4 properties. He pronounces Michael's name wrong. Mr. Corleone mocks it, then the words come, cold, calculated, racist. I don't like your kind of people. I don't like to see you come out to this clean country with your oily hair, dressed up in those silk suits, trying to pass yourselves off as decent Americans. He continues, each word sharper. I'll do business with you, but the fact is that I despise your masquerade, the dishonest way you pose yourself and your whole family. The room goes silent. Michael's face shows nothing. No anger, no reaction. He waits. Lets Geary finish, lets the insult hang in the air, then speaks quietly. Senator, we're both part of the same hypocrisy, but never think it applies to my family. Geary demands answer by noon tomorrow. Stands to leave. Michael stops him. Senator, you can have my answer now. My offer is this. Nothing. Not even the fee for the gaming license, which I would appreciate if you would put up personally. Geary walks out. Confident. Untouchable. A United States Senator. What Geary doesn't know, Michael Corleone never forgets an insult. And in Nevada, Tom Hagen is already making plans. The next morning, Michael's office. Tom Hagen stands by the window. Lake Tahoe spreads below. Calm water. Snow-capped mountains. Beautiful. Deceptive. Like everything in Nevada. The senator believes he won, Tom says. Michael sits behind his desk, says nothing, waits. Tom continues. He thinks his position protects him. United States Senator. Untouchable. Michael lights a cigarette. What do we know about him? Tom opens a folder. Information gathered over months. The Corleones always research, always prepare. Before Geary ever walked into that office, they knew him. His voting record. His committee assignments, his business dealings, his weaknesses. Married. 3 children. Catholic. Goes to church every Sunday. Tom pauses. And every Thursday night he drives to Carson City, alone. No security, no driver. Carson City. Michael repeats the name. There's a place there. Quiet, discreet. The kind of establishment that caters to men like Geary, men with reputations to protect. Michael understands immediately. Who runs it? Tom hesitates. Fredo. Silence. Fredo Corleone, Michael's older brother. Weak, unreliable, but useful sometimes. He manages the smaller operations in Nevada, the brothels, the clubs, the side businesses that legitimate hotels need to stay profitable. Fredo doesn't ask questions, doesn't think too deeply, just collects money and reports numbers. Fredo knows Geary, Michael asks. Geary's been going there for 2 years, every Thursday. Same time, same woman. Fredo knows him by name. Michael leans forward. Tell me about the woman. Tom checks his notes. 24 years old, drug problems, no family, works exclusively at that location. Geary pays extra for privacy, for certain activities. What activities? Rough games. Nothing fatal, but Geary likes control, likes to feel powerful. He restrains them, handcuffs, then acts out fantasies. The women tolerate it because he pays well. Michael processes this. A United States Senator, family man, church-going Catholic, calls Italians dirty, calls them masquerade artists, but drives 2 hours every Thursday to hurt women for pleasure. He drinks heavily, Tom adds, before and during, often blacks out, wakes up not remembering details. The women have complained to management, but Fredo keeps them quiet. Good money, repeat customer. Michael stands, walks to the window, looks at the lake, thinks about Geary's words. Oily hair, silk suits, decent Americans. The hypocrisy is perfect, beautiful. Geary lives in glass houses, throws stones at concrete fortresses. Does Geary know Fredo owns the place? Michael asks. No. Fredo stays invisible, uses managers. Geary thinks it's independent operation. Good. Michael turns. The woman Geary sees, how reliable is she? Tom understands the question. Not reliable. Addicted. Desperate. She would say anything for money. Or drugs. Perfect. Michael's mind works through scenarios, through possibilities, through consequences. Geary insulted the family publicly, in Michael's home, during his son's communion. That requires response. But killing a senator creates problems, federal investigations, media attention, heat the family doesn't need while expanding in Nevada. Better to own him, better to make him useful. I want surveillance, Michael says. Complete profile, every Thursday for the next month, who he talks to, what he drinks, how much, when he passes out, how long, everything. Tom nods, takes notes. And the woman, Michael continues, find out what she needs, what she wants, what scares her. Are we offering her money? We're offering her survival. Michael's voice is cold, flat, final. Geary thinks he's untouchable because he's a senator. He thinks his title protects him. He needs to learn. In Nevada, I decide who's protected. Tom closes the folder. I'll need Al Neri for this. Al Neri, Michael's new man, the enforcer who replaced Luca Brasi, former police officer, killer's eyes. Loyal, absolutely. Tom trusts him. Michael trusts him. That's enough. Use whoever you need, Michael says. But this stays between us. Fredo doesn't know. Rocco doesn't know. Just you, me, and Neri. When do you want this done? Michael thinks. Anthony's communion was Saturday. Today is Sunday. Geary's deadline was noon yesterday. He's probably celebrating now. Probably telling colleagues how he bullied the Corleone family. How he squeezed the Italians. How he proved they're not so tough after all. Let him celebrate. Let him feel powerful. Let him believe the Senate protects him. Next Thursday, Michael says. Geary has his regular appointment. Make sure everything is ready. Neri handles the details. You handle Geary afterward. The woman? Will do exactly what we tell her, or she'll wish she had. Tom stands, understands. No more questions needed. He's been consigliere long enough. Knows when Michael has decided, when the plan is set, when mercy is not an option. At the door, Tom stops. The senator demanded answer by noon yesterday. He got his answer, Michael says. Nothing, and soon he'll understand what nothing costs. Tom leaves. Michael returns to the window. Watches the sun set over Lake Tahoe. Beautiful, peaceful, like the calm before storms. Geary called them oily-haired, called them masquerade artists, said they weren't decent Americans. Thursday night, the senator learns what Americans the Corleones really are. The patient kind, the careful kind, the kind who wait, the kind who remember insults, the kind who turn enemies into slaves. Tom Hagen will handle the details. Al Neri will handle the execution. Michael will handle the aftermath. And Senator Pat Geary will spend the rest of his career proving one thing. Michael Corleone's answer wasn't nothing. It was everything. Thursday night, Carson City. Al Neri sits in a black sedan across from the brothel. Watches, waits, takes notes. This is the third Thursday. Same routine every time. Geary arrives at 9:30, parks in the back, enters through the side door, stays until 2 in the morning, leaves drunk, drives home. Somehow never gets stopped by police. Neri writes everything down. The senator's car, license plate, the route he takes, which streets, which turns, where he stops for drinks beforehand, 2 bars, 3 whiskeys at each. Already intoxicated before arriving. Then more inside, champagne, wine, whatever the woman pours. Inside the brothel, Tom Hagen sits with the manager. Small office, cigarette smoke, ledgers on the desk. The manager is nervous, knows who Tom represents, knows the Corleone name means something in Nevada. The woman Geary sees, Tom says. Tell me about her. The manager shifts, uncomfortable. She's good at her job, never complains, does what clients want. That's not what I asked, the manager swallows. She has problems, uses substances, needs money, behind on payments to suppliers. Tom nods. Expected this. Addiction makes people controllable. Desperation makes them useful. How much does she owe? $3,000. Maybe more now. Interest accumulates. Tom opens his briefcase, counts out $5,000 in cash, places it on the desk. Her debts are paid, effective immediately. She works for us now. The manager stares at the money. What do you want with her? That's not your concern. When Geary comes next Thursday, she'll be available. Same room, same time. Nothing changes. Except one thing. What thing? Tom leans forward. You'll close early that night, 11 o'clock. Everyone leaves. Staff, girls, security. Everyone except her and Geary. The building will be empty. That's against policy. We don't leave girls alone with clients. You will that night. Tom's voice is ice. And you'll forget you saw me. Forget this conversation. Forget the money. When police ask questions later, you know nothing. The manager understands. Nods slowly. Takes the money. Knows better than to argue with the Corleones. Tom stands. Leaves through the back. Geary is waiting outside. They drive separately. Never together. Never obvious. The Corleones learned this from Vito. Patience. Caution. Layers of protection. 2 days later. The woman meets Tom at a diner outside Carson City. Quiet place. Empty booths. She's thin. Nervous. Knows something is happening but doesn't know what. Tom orders coffee. She orders nothing. Can't eat. Too anxious. Your debts are cleared, Tom says. All of them. You're free. She doesn't believe him. Why? Because I need something from you. One night. Next Thursday. You do exactly what I tell you. Nothing more. Nothing less. What do I have to do? Tom explains. Carefully. Precisely. The details matter. The timing matters. Everything matters. She listens. Turns pale. Shakes her head. I can't. He'll know. He'll remember. He won't remember anything. Trust me. Tom slides an envelope across the table. $5,000. Half now. Half when it's finished. Then you leave Nevada. New city. New life. Clean start. She looks at the envelope. Thinks about the debts. About the men who collect. About the life she's trapped in. About the chance to escape. What if something goes wrong? Nothing will go wrong. We control everything. The building. The timing. The aftermath. You just play your part. She takes the envelope. Nods. Knows she has no choice. Knows refusing the Corleones is worse than accepting. Tom stands. Thursday, 9:30. He arrives. You do what he always wants. At 11 o'clock, everyone leaves except you two. At 11:15, you give him the drink we provide. Special bottle. He won't taste anything different. By 11:30, he's unconscious. You leave through the back door. Car will be waiting. You disappear. Forever. And then you forget this conversation. Forget Carson City. Forget everything. If you talk, if you hesitate, if you fail, you'll wish we'd left you with your debts. She understands. The Corleones don't make idle threats. The following week moves slowly. Tom briefs Al Neri on every detail. The drug for Geary's drink, tasteless, odorless, creates temporary blackout, erases short-term memory. Geary will remember arriving, remember the woman, remember drinking, but everything after 11:30 disappears. Clean gap, perfect confusion. Geary prepares the room, studies the layout, where cameras are, where they aren't. The brothel has security footage. That footage will be erased. Completely. The night never happened. Digitally invisible. Wednesday night. Fredo calls Michael. Casual conversation. Mentions business is good in Carson City. Revenue up. No problems. Doesn't know what's planned. Doesn't need to know. Fredo is useful because he's ignorant. Asks no questions. Sees nothing suspicious. Michael listens. Says little. Thanks, Fredo. Hangs up. Calls Tom. Everything ready? Everything, Tom confirms. The woman knows her role. Geary knows his. The manager will close early. Security footage will be handled. By Friday morning, Geary will be ours. No mistakes, Michael says. Senators bring attention. We need this clean. It will be clean. Geary won't remember. Can't testify to what he doesn't recall. Can't investigate what he believes he did himself. Michael is satisfied. Hangs up. Sits in his office. Thinks about Geary's insults. Oily hair. Not decent Americans. Soon Geary will learn who's decent, who's American, who controls Nevada. Thursday morning arrives. Tom drives to Carson City, checks into a hotel, waits. Geary is already positioned, watching the brothel, watching Geary's route, everything on schedule. 7 o'clock. Geary leaves his home in Reno, tells his wife he has committee meetings. Late night, Don't wait up. She believes him. She always believes him. 20 years of lies. 20 years of Thursdays. 8 o'clock. Geary stops at his first bar. 3 whiskies. Talks to the bartender about politics, about the corruption in Nevada, about the criminal elements moving in. The bartender nods. Pours drinks. Doesn't mention that the bar's owner pays protection to the Corleones. 9 o'clock. Second bar. 2 more drinks. Geary is loose now. Relaxed. Ready. Thinks about the woman waiting. About the games they play. About feeling powerful again after Michael Corleone embarrassed him. 9:30. Geary parks behind the brothel, enters through the side door. The manager greets him, smiles. Your usual room, Senator, she's waiting. Geary climbs the stairs, opens the door. The woman is there, beautiful, available, smiling. Has no idea this is the last night she'll ever work. Has no idea the man who walks into this room will leave it broken. Good evening, Senator, she says. Pours champagne. The bottle Tom provided. Special vintage, special ingredient. Geary drinks. Relaxes. Begins the night. Outside, Al Neri checks his watch. 11 o'clock approaches. Everything is ready. The manager will close. The staff will leave. The building will empty. And Senator Pat Geary's life as an untouchable man ends in exactly 45 minutes. 11 o'clock. The manager walks through the hallway. Knocks on doors. Closing early tonight. Everyone out. Staff meeting tomorrow explains why. The girls gather their belongings. Confused. Annoyed. But they obey. The manager pays well. Ask no questions. Leave when told. Downstairs, the bartender locks the front entrance. Security guard checks the back door. Locked. The building empties. Cars pull away. Within 15 minutes, silence. Only one occupied room remains. 3rd floor. End of the hallway. Senator Geary's usual place. Inside that room, Geary sits on the bed. Shirt unbuttoned. Tie discarded. 4th glass of champagne in his hand. The woman refills it. Smiles. Keeps him drinking. He's talking. Rambling. About his power. About putting the Corleones in their place. About showing those Italians who runs Nevada. They think they're so tough, Geary slurs. With their families. Their organizations. But I'm a United States Senator. I'm untouchable. The woman nods. Says nothing. Pours more champagne. The special bottle. The one Tom provided. Geary doesn't notice the taste. Too drunk already. Too confident. Too stupid. 11:15. Geary stands. Wobbles. Sits back down. I feel strange. You've been drinking, Senator. Maybe rest a moment. No. We have our games. We always have our games. But his words slur worse now. Eyes unfocused. He reaches for her. Misses. Tries again. His hand drops. 11:20. Geary's eyes close. Head falls forward. Breathing steady. Deep. Unconscious. The woman checks his pulse. Still alive. Just sleeping. The drug worked exactly as Tom promised. She stands quickly. Grabs her clothes. Dresses fast. Doesn't look back. Opens the door. Al Neri stands in the hallway. Waiting. Silent. She jumps. Gasps. Go, Neri says quietly. Back entrance. Car is waiting. Driver knows where to take you. She runs. Footsteps echoing down the stairs. Gone. Disappeared. The last person who could testify to what really happened. Neri enters the room. Closes the door. Locks it. Looks at Geary. Unconscious. Helpless. Pathetic. This man called the Corleones dirty. Called them masquerade artists. Now he's passed out drunk in a brothel. About to learn what real power means. Neri works quickly. Efficiently. 15 years as a police officer taught him crime scenes. Taught him evidence. Taught him what investigators look for. Tonight, he creates exactly what they'll find. From his bag, he removes supplies. Medical equipment. Carefully prepared. He stages the scene. Makes it look like rough games went wrong. Like a man with dark desires lost control. Like Thursday night entertainment became Thursday night nightmare. The woman Geary thought he was with. The one who left. Neri places evidence she was here. Her belongings. Her presence. But now she appears different. Appears hurt. Appears beyond help. The scene tells a story. A terrible story. A story where Senator Geary's pleasures turned fatal. Neri works for 40 minutes. Precise. Methodical. Every detail matters. Blood placement. Positioning. the handcuffs already attached to the bed frame, Geary's confused participation. Everything suggests one conclusion. The senator lost control. The senator caused this. The senator will believe it himself. Midnight. Geary photographs the scene. Documentation for Tom, for Michael. Proof the plan worked. Then he erases his presence, wipes surfaces, removes his supplies, checks the room 3 times. Nothing connects him. Nothing proves Corleone involvement. Geary leaves through the service entrance, walks 2 blocks, gets into a waiting car, drives to a motel outside Carson City, calls Tom from a payphone. It's done. Clean? Completely. He'll wake up in 6 hours, won't remember anything after 11:15. Good. Go home. Forget tonight. Wait for my call. Geary hangs up, drives back to Lake Tahoe. By sunrise, he's in his apartment, asleep. Just another Thursday night. Just another job for Michael Corleone. Back at the brothel, Geary sleeps. Unconscious. Unaware. Unprotected. Hours pass. The drug slowly wears off. Brain fog lifts gradually. Consciousness returns like rising from deep water. 6:30 Friday morning. Dawn light through the windows. Geary's eyes open. Head pounds. Mouth dry. Doesn't remember where he is. Doesn't remember last night. Tries to sit up. Feels something wet. Cold. Strange. He looks down. Blood. Everywhere. On the sheets. On his hands. On his chest. Panic hits. What happened? What did I do? Where am I? His thoughts scatter. Fragment. Terror takes over. Geary turns. Sees the bed beside him. Sees what's there. Sees the woman. Not moving. Not breathing. Covered in blood. Wrists restrained. Eyes open. Empty. Dead. Geary screams. Jumps from the bed. Falls. Crawls backward. Hits the wall. Stares. Can't process. Can't understand. Can't remember. No! No, no, no! What happened? What did I do? He looks at his hands. Blood dried on his fingers. Under his nails. On his clothes. Evidence everywhere. But his mind is blank. Complete gap. He remembers arriving. Remembers the woman greeting him. Remembers champagne. Then nothing. Black void until waking up. It was just games. We've done this before. She was fine. She was alive. He stands, shaking. Looks around the room. Door locked from inside. No one else here. Just him. Just her. Just blood. Just death. The conclusion forms. Terrible. Inescapable. I did this. I killed her. I don't remember, but I must have. Geary grabs his phone. Starts to dial police. Stops. Thinks. If he calls police, his career ends. Senator found with dead woman. Headlines, investigation, trial, prison. Everything destroyed. Wife, children, legacy. Gone. His hand shakes. Can't dial. Can't decide. Can't breathe. Sits on the floor. Head in hands. United States Senator. Untouchable. Powerful. Now sitting in blood. Accused by evidence. Convicted by memory loss. 7 o'clock. Footsteps in the hallway. Key in the lock. Door opens. Tom Hagen walks in, calm, composed. Suit pressed. Face expressionless. Looks at Geary. Looks at the scene. Shows no reaction. Senator, Tom says quietly. We need to talk. Geary looks up. Eyes wild. Desperate. Tom, thank God. I didn't. I don't remember. I think but I wouldn't. I couldn't. Senator, stop talking. Listen carefully. We don't have much time. Tom closes the door behind him. Locks it. Walks to the window. Opens the curtains slightly. Morning light fills the room. Makes everything visible. Every detail. Every piece of evidence. Every drop of blood. Geary sits on the floor, trembling. Tom, I need help. I need a lawyer. I need to understand what happened. You need to be quiet, Tom says. Not loud, not threatening, just factual. And you need to listen, because what I'm about to tell you will save your life. Or end it. Your choice. Geary stares. Doesn't understand. Tom walks to the bed. Examines the scene. Professional, clinical, like a detective reviewing evidence. He touches nothing, just observes. This woman has no family, Tom says. No husband, no children, no parents who'll ask questions. She was a regular user of certain substances. Her life was complicated, dangerous. People like her disappear sometimes. Nobody investigates too carefully. What are you saying? Tom turns, looks directly at Geary. I'm saying this can be handled, this can disappear, but you need to understand something first. This establishment belongs to Fredo Corleone, Michael's brother. You've been coming here for 2 years, every Thursday. Michael knows, has always known. The words hit Geary like punches. His face goes white. Michael set this up. Did he? Tom's voice stays neutral. Or did you drink too much? Play too rough? Make a mistake you can't remember? What do you think happened here, Senator? Geary looks at his hands, at the blood, at the woman, at the evidence everywhere. I can't remember. After the champagne, everything is blank. Exactly. Tom sits in a chair, crosses his legs, completely calm. You can't remember, which means you can't know, can't testify, can't defend yourself. If police arrive, they see one thing. United States Senator, dead woman, locked room, your fingerprints, your blood, your presence. What conclusion do they reach? Geary's breathing gets faster, panic rising. But I wouldn't. I've never. We played games, but never this. Never anything fatal. What you did or didn't do doesn't matter anymore. What matters is what this looks like. What a jury will believe. What newspapers will print. What your wife will read. What your children will know. Geary starts crying. Quiet, broken. The powerful senator reduced to nothing. Please. I have a family. A career. I can't. This can't be real. Tom lets him cry. Waits. Timing matters. Let the fear settle. Let the hopelessness sink in. Let him understand how trapped he is. Then offer the solution. The only solution. The Corleone solution. In the bathroom, water runs. Geary hears it. Looks up. Door slightly open. Someone else is here. Someone has been here the whole time. A figure moves. Dark suit. Washing hands. Methodical. Careful. Cleaning under fingernails. Rinsing. Drying. Al Neri steps into view. Sees Geary watching. No expression. No emotion. Just looks at Tom. Tom gives a small nod. Neri leaves. Footsteps down the hallway. Door closing below. Gone. Geary's face changes. Understanding dawns. That man, who was that? Someone who doesn't exist, Tom says. Someone you never saw. Someone who was never here. Just like this conversation never happened. You did this. Michael did this. Tom stands. Walks to Geary. Looks down at him. What Michael did was give you a choice. You could have accepted his offer. $20,000. Fair price. Standard fee. But you wanted more. You wanted to squeeze him. You wanted to insult him. In his home. During his son's communion. You called his family dirty. Called them masquerade artists. Called them un-American. That was business. That was negotiation. That was a mistake. Tom's voice stays cold. Michael doesn't forget insults. But he doesn't kill senators either. Too much attention. Too many problems. So he found another way. A better way. A way that turns enemies into friends. Geary shakes his head. I'll tell them. I'll tell police everything. About Michael. About this setup. Will you? Tom sits again. Tell them what? That you think maybe someone drugged you? That you think maybe someone else caused this? Where's your proof? Your memory is gone. The woman is dead. The only witness is you, covered in blood, in a locked room, in a brothel you've visited for 2 years. The manager, the staff, they saw me come in. The manager works for Fredo. The staff saw nothing. The building closed early last night. Unusual circumstances. Everyone left by 11, except you and her, alone. Whatever happened after that, nobody knows. Nobody saw. Nobody can help you. Geary's desperation grows. Security cameras. There must be footage. There was footage. Now there isn't. Technical malfunction. Happens sometimes. Especially in establishments that value discretion. My phone. I can prove I was drugged. Blood tests. Evidence. Tom shakes his head slowly. You've been drinking for hours. Everyone knows you drink heavily on Thursdays. Your regular bartenders will testify. 2 bars. 6 drinks before you even arrived here. Then champagne. Wine. More drinks. You're intoxicated. That's not drugging. That's Thursday night for Senator Geary. Every escape route closes. Every defense crumbles. Every option disappears. Geary sees it now. The trap. Perfect. Complete. Inescapable. Michael planned this. Prepared this. Executed this. Not with violence. with intelligence, with patience, with the kind of power that doesn't need guns. What do you want? Geary asks quietly, defeated, broken. What does Michael want? Tom leans forward. The same thing you wanted from him. Cooperation, understanding, partnership. Michael needs gaming licenses. You provide them. Michael needs political support. You provide it. Michael needs friends in Washington. You become that friend. And if I refuse, then I leave. You stay. Someone discovers this scene eventually. Maybe housekeeping, maybe the manager, maybe police. They find United States Senator Pat Geary with a dead woman. Investigation follows. Arrest follows. Trial follows. Conviction follows. Your life ends. Your family's life ends. Everything you built, everything you are, gone. Geary closes his eyes, sees his future splitting. Two paths. One leads to prison, disgrace, destruction. The other leads to servitude, ownership, survival. Both paths are terrible, but only one lets him keep breathing. How? Geary asks, voice hollow, empty. How do we make this disappear? Tom stands. The woman leaves. Tonight. Gone. We have people who handle these situations. Clean. Professional. She'll be found somewhere else. Different state. Different circumstances. Nothing connects to you. Nothing connects to Carson City. Nothing connects to this room. What about evidence? Forensics? Police investigation? There won't be investigation, because there won't be crime scene. This room will be cleaned. Professionally. Completely. By tomorrow, it's just another hotel room. Nothing happened here. She was never here. You were never here. People saw me arrive. People remember wrong sometimes, especially when encouraged to forget. The manager will say you cancelled last night, didn't show up. He'll have records proving it, receipts, timestamps, whatever investigators need to see. And her body becomes someone else's problem, far from Nevada, far from you. A tragedy, a woman with difficulties, happens every day. Nobody connects it to a United States senator. Nobody asks questions. Geary looks at Tom, sees no mercy, no sympathy, just business, just transaction, just the cost of insulting Michael Corleone. What do I do now? Now you go home. You shower. You sleep. You forget this night. Tomorrow, you wake up. Return to your life. Your wife, your children, your career. Nothing changes. Except one thing. What thing? Tom walks to the door, unlocks it, looks back at Geary. Now you understand what we are. We're not dirty Italians with oily hair. We're not masquerade artists trying to pass ourselves off as decent Americans. We're the people who control Nevada, the people who control you, the people who decide whether senators have careers or prison cells. He opens the door. Get dressed, Senator. Car will take you home. Gaming licenses will be approved Monday morning. No fee, no bribes, no complications. And Senator? Geary looks up. Tears on his face. Blood on his hands. Power gone. When Michael calls, you answer. When Michael asks, you deliver. When Michael needs testimony, you provide it. That's the deal. That's the price. That's what happens when you call the Corleone family un-American. Tom leaves. Door closes. Geary sits alone. In blood. In ruin. In submission. The United States Senator who walked in Thursday night powerful and untouchable just learned. Michael Corleone owns everything, including him. Monday morning. Nevada Gaming Commission headquarters. Reno. Geary sits at his desk. Same office, same title, same nameplate. Everything looks identical, but everything changed. Friday morning destroyed the man. Monday morning requires the performance. His secretary knocks. Senator, the Corleone applications are on your desk. They need signatures. Geary looks at the papers. 4 gaming licenses. Lake Tahoe properties. Standard applications. Standard fees. $20,000 each. Everything Michael asked for. Everything Geary refused 3 days ago. His hand shakes slightly. Picks up the pen. Signs. First application. Second. Third. Fourth. No demands. No bribes. No insults. Just cooperation. Just submission. Just proof that Thursday night worked exactly as Tom promised. File these immediately, Geary tells his secretary. Approved without conditions. She looks surprised. But Senator, last week you said these applications needed extensive review. You said the Corleone family required special scrutiny. Last week was different. Geary's voice is hollow, empty. Process them today. I want confirmation sent to Mr. Corleone by close of business. She leaves, confused, but obedient. Politicians change positions constantly. She's learned not to question. Geary sits alone, looks at his hands, scrubbed them for an hour Friday morning, but still sees blood, still feels it, still remembers waking up, still sees her face, still hears Tom's voice explaining how trapped he is, how owned he is, how powerless he's become. His phone rings. Private line. Number he doesn't recognize. Senator Geary. His voice professional, controlled, hiding the fear. The licenses are appreciated. Michael Corleone. Calm, pleasant, like discussing weather. Tom tells me you've been very cooperative. I signed them this morning. I know. I also know this was difficult for you. Changing positions, accepting terms you rejected before. That takes courage, Senator. Geary says nothing. Courage isn't the word. Survival is the word. Cowardice is the word. Ownership is the word. There's something else. Michael continues. I'm traveling to Havana in December. Business meetings. Discussions with President Batista. I need political representation. American officials to demonstrate legitimacy. You'll join me. I have committee obligations, family commitments. I can't just leave Washington for social trips. This isn't social. This is work. Your work now. You'll clear your schedule. You'll tell your wife it's Senate business, foreign relations, fact-finding mission. She'll believe you. She always believes you. The words sting. Michael knows everything, every lie, every Thursday, every secret, complete information, total leverage. When? Geary asks quietly. December 28th, New Year's Eve in Cuba. Celebration with President Batista. Business leaders from across America, oil companies, telephone companies, casino operators. You'll represent Nevada, represent American interests, represent my interests. And if I refuse? Silence on the line, long, threatening. Then Michael speaks, voice colder now, harder. Senator, we don't have that kind of relationship anymore. I don't ask. You don't refuse. That agreement was made Friday morning, in Carson City. Remember? Geary closes his eyes. Remembers. Blood. Fear. Tom's ultimatum. No choice then. No choice now. No choice ever again. I'll be there, Geary says. Good. Fredo will handle travel arrangements. He's excited to spend time with you. You two can discuss Nevada business. Build your friendship. Michael hangs up. Geary sits holding the phone. Fredo. Michael's brother. The man who owned the brothel. The man who unknowingly provided the location for Geary's destruction. Now they'll be friends. Now they'll travel together. Now Geary pretends everything is fine. December arrives. Geary flies to Havana. Private plane. Michael. Fredo. Several other men. Politicians. Businessmen. Everyone smiling, celebrating, discussing opportunities in Cuba. Discussing President Batista's development plans. Discussing profits. Fredo sits next to Geary. Friendly. Talkative. Senator, I'm glad we're finally getting to know each other. Michael speaks highly of you. Says you've been very helpful with licensing issues. Happy to assist. Geary lies. Drinks heavily. Needs alcohol to survive these conversations. To pretend he's here voluntarily. To act like he hasn't been blackmailed into attendance. We should visit some establishments tonight, Fredo suggests. Havana has excellent entertainment. Very discreet. Very professional. You'd enjoy it. Geary's stomach turns. Entertainment. Establishments. Professional. The same words used about Carson City. The same promises. The same trap. I'm fine, Fredo. Just here for the political meetings. Fredo laughs. All work and no play, Senator. But I understand. Family man. Respectable position. Have to be careful. Geary looks out the window. Wonders if Fredo knows. Wonders if Michael told him. Wonders if everyone knows what happened. What Geary did. What Geary became. New Year's Eve. Presidential Palace. Batista hosts celebration. Fireworks. Music. Champagne. Geary stands with American businessmen. Discusses investments. Trade opportunities. Political stability. Pretends he belongs here. Pretends he's not prisoner pretending to be guest. Michael approaches. Senator, enjoy the evening. Tomorrow we return to America, to Nevada, to our partnership. Partnership. Geary repeats the word. Bitter. Accurate. They are partners now, unequal, permanent, controlled. You seem unhappy, Michael observes. Something bothering you? Geary looks at him. This man who destroyed his life without firing a single shot, without leaving a single trace, without breaking a single law that could be proven. No, Mr. Corleone, nothing bothers me. I'm here to serve American interests, Nevada interests, your interests. Good, because next year brings new challenges, Senate hearings, organized crime investigations. The government is interested in certain families, certain businesses. They'll ask questions, call witnesses, demand testimony. Geary understands immediately. You want me on that committee. I want you defending me on that committee. I want you explaining how Americans are loyal citizens, hard workers, patriots, not criminals, not threats, just businessmen trying to succeed in America. You want me to lie under oath. Michael smiles, cold. I want you to tell the truth, Senator. We are loyal. We are hard workers. We are patriots. We're also the people who control your career, your reputation, your freedom. That's not lying. That's accuracy. Geary drinks his champagne, knows he'll do it, knows he'll testify, knows he'll defend Michael, knows he has no choice. Thursday night in Carson City eliminated choices, eliminated options, eliminated the man he was. January 1959, Washington, Senate hearing room, cameras, reporters, witnesses. Senator Geary sits on the committee, wears his American flag pin, looks respectable. Sounds authoritative, plays his role perfectly. These hearings on organized crime are in no way whatsoever a slur upon the great Italian people, Geary begins. Reading from prepared statement, words Tom Hagen wrote, words Michael approved, words Geary must speak. Because I can state from my own knowledge and experience that Americans, are among the most loyal, most law-abiding, patriotic, hard-working American citizens in this land, he continues, passionate, convincing, defending the same people he called dirty 6 months ago, praising the same families he wanted to squeeze, protecting the same man who destroyed him. And it would be a shame, Mr. Chairman, if we allowed a few rotten apples to bring a bad name to the whole barrel. Because from the time of the great Christopher Columbus up through the time of Enrico Fermi right up to the present day, Italian Americans have been pioneers in building and defending our great nation. They are the salt of the earth and one of the backbones of this country. Applause. Agreement. Committee members nodding. Media recording. Geary's speech will be quoted, praised, used as evidence of fairness, of balance, of justice. Nobody knows the truth. Nobody knows about Thursday night. Nobody knows about Tom Hagen's visit. Nobody knows about blood and fear and submission. After his speech, Geary excuses himself, claims another committee meeting, leaves before Michael testifies, cannot sit there, cannot watch Michael lie under oath while Geary provided the cover, cannot face what he's become. In the hallway, Tom Hagen waits. Excellent performance, Senator. Michael will be pleased. Is this my life now? Geary asks, voice breaking. Saying what you tell me, doing what you demand, being your puppet? Your life now is whatever you make it, Tom says calmly. You can be miserable puppet, or you can be pragmatic partner. Either way, you serve the Corleone family. Choice is how you feel about it. Geary walks away, goes home, tells his wife the hearings went well, tells his children he's fighting for justice, tells himself he's surviving, tells himself it could be worse, tells himself lies that help him sleep. But every Thursday night, he stays home, never visits establishments, never plays games, never drinks champagne, just sits in his study, remembers Carson City, remembers blood, remembers the morning he stopped being powerful and started being owned. The gaming licenses are approved. The political protection continues. The friendship between Senator Geary and Michael Corleone grows stronger publicly. Everyone in Nevada knows. Geary supports the Corleones. Defends them. Serves them. Nobody asks why. Nobody questions the change. Just accepts it. Politics makes strange partnerships. But Geary knows why. Knows exactly why. Knows every detail of Thursday night. Knows what really happened. Knows who's really in control. The United States Senator who called them oily-haired now answers their phone calls. The man who said they weren't decent Americans now proves they control America. The politician who wanted bribes now works for free. forever. 6 years after the Senate hearings, Geary sits in his Washington office. Re-election campaign successful. Third term secured. Voters trust him. Colleagues respect him. Media calls him honest politician. Man of principle. Defender of American values. Nobody knows the truth. Nobody sees the phone calls, the private meetings, the instructions from Lake Tahoe, the orders from Tom Hagen, the demands from Michael Corleone. 6 years of service. 6 years of obedience. 6 years of pretending he's still free. His assistant enters. "Senator, there's a call from Nevada. Mr. Hagen." Geary's stomach tightens. Still does. Every time. 6 years and the fear never fades. "Put him through." Tom's voice. Calm. Professional. Always professional. "Senator, Michael needs testimony on the new gaming regulations. Commerce Committee is reviewing Nevada casino oversight. We need your opposition. The regulations are reasonable. They protect consumers, prevent corruption. They also interfere with business, Michael's business. Your opposition is required. Frame it as government overreach, states' rights issue, freedom argument. You know how to make it sound patriotic." Geary closes his eyes. 6 years of these calls. 6 years of votes he doesn't believe in. 6 years of selling his principles for survival. "I'll handle it." "Good. Also, Michael wants you at the compound next month. Strategy meeting. Several senators attending. Planning for the next legislative session. I have family obligations. My daughter's wedding. Reschedule." Tom's voice gets colder. Just slightly. Just enough. "Michael doesn't ask twice. You know this." Geary knows. Learned it Thursday night in Carson City. Learned it every day since. Michael doesn't negotiate. Doesn't compromise. Doesn't forget. 6 years. 100 phone calls. 1,000 small orders. 1 eternal debt. "I'll be there," Geary says. Hangs up. Tells his assistant to clear his schedule. Calls his wife. Explains he can't make the wedding. Senate business. National security. Important meetings. She's disappointed. His daughter cries. But Geary has no choice. Never has choice. Not anymore. That evening Geary drinks alone. Scotch. His office. Late. Everyone gone home. Just him and the bottle and the memories he can't escape. Thursday night plays again. Always plays again. Blood. Fear. Tom's voice. The woman's empty eyes. The moment everything changed. 6 years running. 6 years hiding. 6 years serving masters who own him completely. The United States Senator reduced to puppet. The powerful man revealed as hollow. The racist who insulted Italians now working for them. Perfect irony. Perfect justice. Perfect trap. His wife doesn't understand why he's different. Why he drinks more. Why he's distant. Why he never smiles. She thinks it's stress. Political pressure. Washington exhaustion. She doesn't know about Carson City. Doesn't know about Thursday nights. Doesn't know her husband died in 1958 and something else took his place. His children notice too. Their father changed. Became colder. Became absent. Became someone else. They ask their mother what happened. She doesn't know. Can't explain. Just says politics changes people. Power corrupts people. Washington destroys people. All true. But not the real truth. The real truth stays buried in Nevada. In a brothel that closed 6 years ago. In a room that was cleaned professionally. In a night that officially never happened. 12 years since Carson City. Geary is 64 years old. Contemplating retirement. Wants to leave Washington. Leave politics. Leave the phone calls and the orders and the servitude. But Tom Hagen calls first. "Michael needs you for 2 more terms, Senator. The Nevada expansion continues. Gaming regulations. Federal oversight. Casino licensing. Your committee positions are valuable. Your retirement can wait. I've served 12 years. I've done everything asked. I want to go home. Spend time with my family. Finish my career with dignity." "Your career has no dignity, Senator." Tom's words cut. Sharp. True. It ended 12 years ago. What you have now is function, purpose, service. Michael decides when that ends. Not you. Geary runs for re-election. Wins again. 4th term. The voters love him. The honest senator. The principled politician. The man who stands for Nevada values. They have no idea, no concept, no understanding of what he really is. At night, Geary dreams about Thursday. The same dream. Every time. He wakes up covered in blood, sees the woman, hears Tom's voice, feels the trap closing, then wakes for real. Sweating, shaking, reaching for the bottle, the only escape that works, the only relief that lasts until morning. His wife asks about the nightmares. He lies, says it's nothing. Work stress, bad memories from the war. She believes him. She always believes him. 25 years of marriage, 25 years of lies. 12 years of serving the Corleones. She knows none of it, sees nothing, suspects nothing. Other politicians notice Geary's relationship with the Corleone family, how he votes on their issues, how he defends their interests, how he provides political cover. Some ask questions, carefully, quietly. "Senator, why do you support the Nevada casino operators so strongly?" Geary has his answer prepared, rehearsed, perfected over 12 years. They're legitimate businesses. They employ thousands. They generate tax revenue. They deserve the same rights as any American enterprise. We don't discriminate based on ethnic background or family heritage. The words taste like poison. The same words Tom Hagen gave him. The same defense Michael demanded. The same lies he's told 1,000 times. But they work. They always work. Politicians accept them. Media reports them. Voters believe them. In private, some politicians understand. They see the pattern, see the control, see the ownership. They learn the lesson. Don't insult Michael Corleone. Don't refuse the Corleones. Don't underestimate Italian families with patience and memory. Senator Geary is the example, the warning, the proof. What happened to Geary? He was difficult. He was insulting. He demanded too much. Now he's cooperative. Now he's helpful. Now he's owned. Nobody asks for details. Nobody wants to know. Just observe the change. Learn the lesson. Stay careful. Michael Corleone faces new problems. Senate investigations, federal hearings, witnesses testifying. The government wants to destroy organized crime, wants to prove conspiracy, wants to convict Michael of murder, corruption, racketeering. Geary is called to testify, not as witness against Michael, as committee member investigating Michael. The irony is perfect. The man Michael owns sits in judgment of Michael's crimes. The puppet plays prosecutor. The servant pretends to be master. Geary delivers his prepared statement, praising Italian Americans, defending their contributions, explaining how stereotypes damage innocent people, how a few bad individuals don't represent entire communities, how Italian families built America, how they deserve respect. The words sound sincere, passionate, honest. Nobody knows Tom Hagen wrote them. Nobody knows Michael approved every sentence. Nobody knows Geary rehearsed for a week, getting the tone right, getting the delivery perfect, getting the lies to sound like truth. After his speech, Geary excuses himself. Another committee meeting, convenient timing. He's gone before Michael testifies. Can't watch, can't participate, can't face the man who destroyed him 16 years ago and still controls him today. In the hallway, younger senators ask questions. Why did you defend them so strongly? Don't you think there's legitimate concern about organized crime? I defended Americans, Geary says, voice firm, convinced, practiced. I defended due process. I defended the principle that ethnicity doesn't equal criminality. That's my duty as United States Senator. They accept the answer. Admire his integrity. Respect his principles. Don't see the truth. Can't see the truth. The truth is invisible. Hidden in Nevada. Buried in Carson City. Lost in a night that never officially happened. Geary goes home that evening, pours a drink, looks at his reflection. 68 years old, 4 decades in politics, 30 years as senator, 16 years as Michael Corleone's property. The face in the mirror is stranger, unfamiliar. Not the man who walked into Michael's office in 1958. Not the man who insulted the Corleones. Not the man who demanded bribes. That man died Thursday night. Died in blood and fear and submission. What survived is something else. Something hollow. Something owned. Something that wears Senator Geary's face but serves Michael Corleone's will. The phone rings. Private line. Tom Hagen. Always Tom Hagen. The voice that's haunted 16 years. The voice that saved him and enslaved him simultaneously. The testimony was perfect, Senator. Michael is pleased. Good. One more thing. Next year, campaign for re-election. 5th term. The Nevada expansion continues. Michael needs you positioned for the 1,980 seconds. Gaming regulations will be crucial. Federal oversight will intensify. Your committee positions remain valuable. How long? Geary asks. Voice tired, defeated, broken. How long does this continue? Until Michael says it ends. You know this. You've always known this. Tom hangs up. Geary sits in darkness, holds his drink, thinks about Thursday night, about the woman, about blood, about the choice Tom offered. Prison or servitude, destruction or ownership. He chose survival, chose submission, chose to live as puppet instead of dying as man. 16 years, 100 favors, 1,000 compromises, 10,000 lies, the cost of insulting Michael Corleone, the price of calling them oily-haired, the consequence of dismissing them as un-American. Senator Geary learned what they really are, not masquerade artists, not dirty immigrants, not criminals pretending to be legitimate. They're the people who control Nevada, who control politicians, who control power itself. They're patient, intelligent, strategic. They don't kill enemies. They own enemies. They turn enemies into servants. They make examples that last decades. And Senator Pat Geary, the man who mocked them, became their greatest example, the warning to every politician, the proof of their reach, the demonstration of their patience. One Thursday night. One dead woman, one trapped senator, one lesson that echoes through 16 years. Never underestimate the Corleones, never insult the family, never believe your title protects you, because Michael Corleone doesn't destroy enemies, he makes them serve forever.